Hi!
Hello,
Welcome back to a new episode of Happy Hour with
Les Garçons.
Les Garçons. It's
It's
us.
me and him.
Yes. I'm Max, knitwear designer, co-founder of Les Garçons, and I cannot wait for the dry skin season to be over because I'm feeling like the whole winter. Oh.
And I'm Vincent. I'm yarn dyer. Dyer. Dyer.
Well, it's part of the yarn
it's
dyeing.
it's part of the thing. It has to dry. So I'm Vincent, yarn dyer, and by the time you see this, I'm gonna be in the UK at Unravel.
And I'll be in Montreal.
Yes, he's the one staying here this time around.
Yes, you get to go because I got to go.
Yes, exactly. And you're gonna show
Yeah, all
the stuff that you brought back. So it's my turn now.
It's my turn now!
It's my turn now. So let's start this. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm having a little old-fashioned. It's my go-to drink, and you're having...
Gin and tonic, my go-to drink. And I don't know if you can see, but it's a little bit red. I don't know if... No. Anyway, it has some maraschino cherry syrup in it because we bought fancy maraschino cherries for his old fashions.
Yeah.
So I like the little twist, put some in my gin and tonic. So,
These are ready to go drink. I mean, at home, we always have a bottle of bourbon and gin where we can actually just make a little... Like, I'm Negroni and old-fashioned go-to, and you're more gin and tonic, which I love too, but...
And martinis and other stuff. But yeah,
Both
so
of these two.
again, cheers.
So like Vincent said, I'm back from New York.
Which I didn't get to attend.
No.
It's fine.
Next episode, you're going to be, I'm back from London.
Yes.
And I'll be like, which I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
So if you get some FOMO now, I'm sorry. I'm going to be in the same position the next time.
Yeah.
So I got to go with my friend Tanya to New York in plans of attending Vogue Knitting Live, which is a big festival that happens in the Marquee right down in Times Square. And this is where we actually stayed in. It's not the greatest part to stay in New York, to be honest. After the first time, do so, because you're going to get the full Times Square experience. But otherwise, it just felt like crowded and, you know, touristy.
Yeah,
thing
it's
more
like
than...
super touristy. I'm gonna be honest, New York is not my favorite city.
It took me a while to get you to come with me there. We had a lot of fun because we saw a lot of friends. But like this summer when I went to Brooklyn with Tanya, I prefer Brooklyn. I'll be on the Jean-Philippe train and Brooklyn is more the place to be, just to hang out and be more laid back than the more touristy.
And last time was end of January and this was February, and it's not like it's like in Montreal. It's not my opinion, the greatest time to visit because it's gray and brown and
but it was like
cold.
15 degrees almost.
Oh yeah, it was better than here.
Yeah, and there was no snow. It just felt like, ooh, is it spring? And then came back here, it's like, no, it's still
not,
winter.
It's winter. It snowed yesterday.
Yeah, and today, a bit.
No,
I got a notification like...
Oh no, it was raining. Like it was...
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
So I got to go, I spent from Thursday to Sunday, and we arrived Thursday afternoon, and we had tickets to go see Chicago on Broadway, and which I didn't know, because me and...
Well, you knew, what?
No, me and Orientation are where... Because I booked a hotel in Times Square and just like saw something that it was like 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes walk from the Marquee. It was, I mean, the theater for Chicago was there, and our door for the hotel was there. It was like 30-second walk. So I'm happy we got tickets, because otherwise I'll be so pissed of just seeing it every day while walking. So I got to see Chicago with Jinx Monsoon, or top 5 favorite drag queen. Even top 3.
I think it's my top. I think it's my favorite.
Trixie, Bob.
No. Jinx, Katya, Bob, Trixie. Maybe.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yes, but Jinx. Anyway.
Yeah, but it was so funny to see everyone going to the show to see her perform.
Yep.
This is why everyone was there. We all took pictures of the show and everything. And when she walked in, everyone screamed. And it just sort of feel bad for the other performer, but at the same time, she was born to do that role. It wasn't a fluke of she's just there. And like when we saw Mean Girl, it was a guy from what teenage girl knew who he was because it was popular on YouTube.
I think he was a TikToker or...
No, TikTok wasn't even invented back then.
Yeah, he was some kind of influencer.
Yeah, and he was like line and not really a good singer, so it felt off.
The worst singer ever.
Yeah. But for Jinx, born to play Mama, and all the performers were so good, and it's something where they just dance in front and the orchestra is in the middle, but it just feels like it's full all the time. It was exceptional. And when we left, we decided to cut by the people, and I walk like you were there. I'm here. I walk by Peppermint. She is so gorgeous. Like, oh my god! I sort of freak a little bit, and you try to like still behave. I'm like, oh, I just saw her. And then I saw the photo on Instagram later that night. Bob the drag queen was also there. Sasha Velour was there. Other people with them were there, and it was just like, I've missed to see Bob. Like, oh, like all my favorite drag queen were there at the same time, and but it was exceptional. Do go see it before she leaves because it was really great. Everyone was so good. So this was my and this was Tanya's first show, and the fact of seeing it, I love Broadway shows.
Yeah, I don't.
I know.
So.
By the way,
too sad,
the girl over at Knitting Posse, they say, you have to come with me to go see the Book of Mormon. They all agree that it's...
like, everyone in the comments were like, in the video that I don't know, I don't remember if it was the last or the one before, but we mentioned that I didn't like, and we talked about the Book of Mormon, and everyone was like, my husband hates musicals, but he loved the Book of Mormon.
Wow.
Blah blah blah. Blah
blah blah.
My partner saw the Book of Mormon.
So I am gonna be able to get to. I'm inviting you as a gift.
Are you? Yeah, you're paying for everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yay! I've already seen it. It's just
I have requests.
Oh shit. So that was our Thursday night. And then on Friday, we just walked around, and we wanted to do more stuff in New York, but we ended up just seeing friends the whole time, which was exceptional, of meeting new people, seeing friends that are from the States or from the UK that we don't get to hang out as much as our friend here. So we just got to meet so many people. And then on Saturday, we went to the Vogue Knitting Live. We arrived around noonish. It was really fun. It was smaller than I expected. There was a lot of booths that were empty, so it had a crowd. It had a feeling of being more like it's not to its full potential that we went.
It was not like the first time we went.
No, we went just right before the pandemic. Which
it was 2020. Yeah, it was January 2020.
January, yeah, just literally before.
Well,
everything.
It
It
had started
happened,
somewhere.
So compared to Rhinebeck and Wool and Folk, it was a little let down personally. Just of the vibe wasn't as exciting as it was. Maybe it's because we were super excited to finally go to see everyone earlier that time. But yeah, is she making little?
Oh, she's
dreaming.
Sleeping and dreaming. Or
Lola, our dog, is sleeping there, and the older she gets, the more sounds she makes while she sleeps. But I've got to see so many of you, which was amazing. Some of you came to say hi. I recognized some of you. It was really fun. And then on Saturday night, we had dinner plans with the guy overs at Needle and Ready and the girls at Knitting Posse, and we got to meet Beth McDonald. Huge crush on that woman. She's so amazing. She was so funny, and she's a fellow Canadian who lives in Bermuda. And I didn't know that the flying there is like 2 or 3 hours from here.
Yeah. 3. Yeah, maybe 3.
But still, it's an island. It looks amazing. And she said, "Look, I know exactly where we could do like a little knitting retreat for 10 of us, and we could rent this kind of home that has been there for centuries." It's like, okay, if you're organizing it, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'm down for it.
Good. So Beth,
If
you know
you're
what to
watching.
do. If you're watching, you know what to do. Yeah, and then on Sunday I flew back to Montreal, and me and Tanya looked like trash in the plane because we were maybe a little bit hangover and tired from all the excitement. And then I came back and I just like give you a kiss and then went to do a little nap.
A nap, and then
that was it. It was a great weekend, and I purchased some things that I can actually show you.
Yes.
I got you one of these that you have already shown you. Chin fiber was there.
I didn't know it was mine.
Yes. Well, if you're not using it, I will. But otherwise, I got one each.
I will.
Because these are 50 grams. This is Chin Fibers. I was sad because I wanted to meet Lila, and I thought she was going to be there, but she wasn't there at that time. This is
Wednesday Days.
Yeah, on the color is Caterpillar. It was their exclusive colorway for Vogue Knitting Live. So this colorway was actually on all of her base. And I got this one because Wensleydale is something I'd never seen from them.
From them, no. I had some from Maison Corlaine. You know, remember that we met in France? No, it was a fingering one.
Okay.
And it's like, go Google the Wensleydale sheep. It has like the funniest, most
I did one like all poofy with.
No, they're like all, I think all
craped
or twisted. Yeah,
like
I know. Like it has like a very nice fleece, and it's super shiny, like naturally super shiny and drapey, and it's a nice fiber.
Because this one is 80% Wensleydale, 20% Super Kid Mohair. So there's 200 meter in a 50 gram skein. And so they were quite expensive. This is why they are in 50 gram skein. But my idea behind it was I could do, and I got Tanya to buy the same thing as me to do the same thing, the Curio Sock by Andrea Mari, where she would use a spin cycle, and I used actually just a skein that fade with another skein. Would be great to use this one in it. So that's why I got that one. Because this is going to be make some little green stripes.
Yeah, little like.
And then that boot was so pretty. I discovered, because I didn't know about them, is Camellia Fiber Company. I got these two. The one to my right is... Oh, sorry, I guess it's another exclusivity because it was New York, the color New York.
Oh.
And this one is pink amethyst. They are both on their fingering weight base. But what I found really amazing with it is they have some white tweed.
I'm probably going to see it on this one if I bring it a little bit.
Yeah, in the shadow.
You kind of see it. Yeah, little white tweedy effect, white speckles of... But they're not speckles. They're they're tweed.
Donegal nip.
Yeah, so it's little bunches of... It's actually nylon, I think.
Well, it says Donegal. So
yeah, but that's...
It's 84% merino and 16% Donegal. Could they add?
No, it's what the supplier calls this, but it's kind of nylon little flecks of thing. But
okay.
Yeah, it makes like a tweed effect, like the Donegal tweed.
Yeah,
which is the famous region in Ireland where they do tweed fabrics.
The thing you learned.
So that's why it's called that, but it's from the supplier.
Okay. They also had some darker color with the white tweed, and I was less a fan of this one because it just felt like dandruff. It was a bit of look of that. But on the pale color, I'm obsessed with it. It's gonna look so nice once knitted. And even this one is like really like a tonal thing.
Yeah, we don't see them much on this, but yeah, it has like a little texture type thing.
The colors they had was amazing. They had little swatches. It was a gorgeous booth, and I would have even bought like a sweater quantity of this because I think it's gonna be really amazing once knit.
Yep.
And the last thing is actually not. I was actually really good.
Yes.
I paced myself. The other thing,
I'm bringing a huge suitcase, and I'm gonna bring back like everything.
Well, I wanted to buy a sweaters quantity somewhere, but I didn't find anything that speak to me because my plan was maybe to do another single malt and find like a nice iron weight or spin it by myself, and I didn't find any spinning fiber that time around. I think this would have been more the crowd of Rhinebeck where I was earlier this year. Yep. Like Tanya bought a lot of fibers, and even like she bought a sheep to do something with it. So this was actually gifted to me by Moondrake, and by gifted was with the intent of maybe designing something or at least trying it out. I'm not gonna describe the base because it's not out yet. I'm not even sure if I can talk about it, but I'll just show it because I don't know.
I think it is,
but I'll show the colors at least. I'll talk about the color and look, but it's a new. It must be new then, but it's a new fingering base, a not superwash one. And the color here is blue slate. This one is naked. This is blue sage. And this one is
I'm almost there. Sorry.
Dusty lilac and dusty pink. I've absolutely love to work with her on the Moon Bump shawl. Talk about someone being so positive and just such a nice vibe. We got to see each other like for 5 minutes because she was running back to catch her plane. It was such a fun time. So she brought these one for me to try out and see if I could do something. I'll see if it's inspired me. Sometime when I get a...
Oh, yeah, it might not be. There's a sport version of it. But...
Okay. So I don't know when I'm going to play with it. Sometime it could take up to 6 months, like a year. We don't know. Maybe I'm going to have an idea tomorrow. I'm just showing them because they're all really, really pretty. And I think I've never been able to show the label because all my project work already cast on each time I got her yarn.
So guys, it's written like Moon Drake.
Yeah. If it was written, maybe I would have had a harder
Moon
time.
Beam, not Moon Glow. Moondrake.
And I'm actually thinking about organizing a knit along for the shawl when it's out, and it's gonna have a moon name.
Moon Bumps.
Yeah, Moon Bumps. It's gonna have the cowl is gonna have another moon name.
Moon Along.
That's not even the name, and now I'm the Moon Along. Oh,
okay. Well,
that's adorable. Okay, let's do a Moon Along. That's why we compliment each. That's your fucking. Okay. That's your freaking
2%.
Yes.
Yes. That's it. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So that was it for my folk knitting and Moon Along and everything, yarn related. But what else have we done? We watched a lot of TV since.
Well, last weekend, Aleks was here.
Oh yeah, before TV. Yeah.
Before TV.
Well, we watched TV with her too. But...
Aleks Byrd, who is a friend, lives in the UK. She's a fellow designer. She was invited by a yarn shop here in Montreal to do some workshops. And we took the opportunity to invite her over.
Because it's been, she said like 10 years since she's last been in Montreal?
Yeah, she hadn't been in Montreal for like 8 to 10 years.
She's also Canadian, Estonian, and American. She has those three passports. Her mom lived in Quebec City for a while too, so it was just a nice way of...
In Ottawa, and her father's American, and her mother's Canadian and Estonian. Like, all of the roots and different origins. And she last year, because we're in 2023, published a book called Traditions Revisited, in which she has a bunch of patterns from. I should have brought the book. Maybe when we change subject, magically it's going to appear in the next segment. The book has a lot of patterns with different Estonian or Estonian inspired knitting techniques.
But it's traditional, but with a modern spin.
Yeah, she put a modern spin on all of the traditional Estonian techniques. There's like each technique comes from different regions, I think, and there's a master, what they're called like a master knitter, who's like the kind of the guardian of that tradition, and she's been to Estonia and talked to them and worked with them to put like a modern spin on those traditions. That being said, she was here. We got her over. She shopped in the
background,
in the private Les Garçons collection, which is on the website. But she got like to see the yarn up front, got a few skeins. We got some takeout, which RuPaul's Drag Race was a fun weekend.
It was, because we were always seeing her in the UK mostly, where we are super jet lagged, and because you're better than me, but my English for the first like day and a half, I just froze and looked blank, and I'm like, I'm it just take me a time to start. So now seeing her over this side of the pond was really nice, and I got to hang out with her in
New York.
In Vogue Knitting just earlier last week. So it was really nice to finally get her here. We got to show her the studio and everything. It was great.
It was fun.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you because you're gonna see her next week.
I'm gonna see her, and it's her birthday on Monday. Next Monday.
Oh, and you're gonna be there.
And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in Bath. Well, she's gonna be in Bath. I'm gonna be in Bath.
I'm gonna take a bath while you're in Bath.
Yes, and we're gonna celebrate her birthday. Yeah, that's it.
Is she turning like 24?
Yeah, something like that. Annoying.
Young people.
But you mentioned TV because you got to see something that you didn't know was going to happen.
Well, even if you say these words, I think I've read it on BuzzFeed and never understood what they meant. But so it's going to be a bit spoiler alert, but it's a show from the 2000s. So it's like if I'm saying Bruce Willis was dead, and you got to understand which movie I'm talking. Yeah. So it's double spoiler.
And Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Spoilers. Dumbledore spy. Okay, well, have you ruined everything for you?
We're done with spoilers.
Yes. So this is your rewatched, and mine is now. Yeah, we are at a point where it's the first time I'm watching all those episodes.
Well, we're talking about Buffy, by the way.
Yeah, and Angel, and we got the storyline of Dark
Willow.
This is such a cool name, and it was badass. And that's the time where usually what we do with him is we watch one episode of Buffy, one of Angel, all in the chronological order to make sure that we don't miss out any crossover. Love that idea. But for the Dark Willow segment, which were 4 episodes?
Yeah, I think it's like the last four or 5 episodes of... I think the thing that happens that turns her into Dark Willow, like, we won't spoil that.
Yeah.
I think it happens at, like, the end of episode, like, the 4th to last or something. And then you have, like, 3 episodes of her.
Because it was so intense suddenly that there's no way we're going to skip to Angel with her, like, no. We're just going to, like, we're just going to watch them all. And it was so good. I was so much more invested than the rest of the series. That part was good. And
I was like, because sometimes you're like on your phone, like it's late at night, getting tired, not paying attention to the TV. And I was like, watch this. You have to watch.
Yeah.
And then
It was
something
so fun
happened.
to see Alison Hennigan play that dark side of, because we've always just seen her
Yep.
happy-go-lucky, and she's really good at that. But this, I really loved it. It was really, really good. But we've started series after, and the first two episodes are crap. But
oh yeah, season 7
let's go
is
back
like
to school.
season
I'm a
7
counselor now.
is weird.
Yeah.
Only I don't remember it all, but the series finale is good, but I think it's the only good episode in that season.
But it's nice to. There's something not magical, but those old shows comforting with those old shows where they aren't trying to captivate your attention all the time like they have to do now, where we're always looking at our phone. It's just it's dated, and they don't even have freaking cell phone of calling each other, which have been so much easier. It just it was really good. I was really excited about that one.
Yeah. So now we're at season 4 of Angel and season 7, last season of Buffy. Season 4 of Angel, I think, is a good one. I remember but that's in season 5. There's one good arc that I like too, but I'm not going to spoil it for him because he hasn't seen it.
Nope. But I must say the new character they just added, I'm not a fan of that actor. He's not relatable.
Oh,
Connor? Connor.
Oh, yeah. Nah, we don't like Connor.
Angster teens in TV shows are oftenly badly written, where you don't really understand why they're mad. And there were no good reason when we were mad as teenager, but as character, it should be more developed, and this was...
kind of like...
Give me more Cordelia, and I'll be happy. Yes. And last news about us, which is the last one, we swear. It's been like 30 minutes that we've been talking just about what we
Yes. We're gonna show. We've shown yarn, so it's kind of fine.
Yeah.
But we got a new friend, a new family member, a new team member, maybe.
Well, I might do an illustration of them.
Yes. We actually don't know the sex, so we're like, we don't know if it's a she or he or an it or a they. So we're gonna do they.
It's so weird that we want to give gender to everything because we don't know, and it's not.
It's weird. But we have a new hamster.
Unfortunately, BFL left us not so long ago, like 2 weeks ago. She was almost 3 years old.
Yeah,
2 year, and we celebrated 3 Christmas with her. I don't know if we celebrated, but we did 3 Christmas boxes with her. That's what I remember because we took photo all the time. But
that's true. Yeah, the first one we were with her. She was almost 3 years old, and that's about the life of expectancy of a hamster.
She was a winter white.
So she left us for the Hamster Paradise, and I was walking near the pet store to buy Lola some food, and I just saw this little thing had like a very nice, like, kind of beige fur, but then there's a black or darker line of
dark brown
in the back, like super pretty. And it's Campbell breed. Yeah, the breed is a Campbell hamster. So Max called them
Soup.
Yeah.
And it stayed.
Yeah, it stayed.
It's just cute. We wanted something yarn related, but it's a Campbell. Their name is Soup. It just felt it's cute. It's easy to say.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Surrey, but then it became Soup.
Or MCN, and it just went like, no, Soup. It stayed. They're a little grumpy right now. They're not used to, because the other one had it for 3 years, and she was coming right to your hand to get feed, and she opened the door. She was just like, hi, I'm happy, I'm here.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna take us to a month to have him be more social toward us, but still, and he's super fast. like really fast. And I read online afterwards that it's the fastest breed, so we're gonna have to check because Lola is licking her lips when she's seeing him because it's snack, quick snack. Oh, that's fast food.
So.
Oh, do you remember Trixie and Katya? And when she said, "What's a fast zombie?" And Katya, "A zombie."
Oh, okay.
That's my kind of.
So that was it for the hamster news. We're gonna try. Well, we probably won't be able to show it here, but at some point we're gonna have a picture on our Instagram or something. And
it's gonna take a while because so far we're just leaving them in a cage to get acclimated. But what I love about him is he's sleeping near the
glass, because we have like a
big reptile terrarium, so we get.
So it's a glass, it's a glass thing, so we can see, and they're sleeping like right next to the enclosure type thing. So
and the creepy two guys always staring at us.
Yes.
So that was it. You're gonna see we don't have a lot of knitting to show you, so.
No, but we have a few things that we finished and then that we started.
You think you finished one thing? I didn't finish anything.
Well, it was already finished.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I knitted a lot. I just didn't finish anything.
Yes.
Anyway, on to the next part.
Yes. So I finished something, but it's been like I've been working on it for a while, and I mentioned that the sewing machine, it's my sewing project. It's your Jactar bag.
It came back. Was it back? No, it wasn't back the last time.
It was I think last time was a doctor, but it had come back by the time the episode aired. But it just needed tune up, and then it was fine. I got it, and I just like turned the wheel, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's much better. It really needed that tune up. So I was able to finish your bag, and now it's all done. So it's the jack, like with the handle is a little bit.
I'm gonna get. We actually measured it, but the goal is to have, because the other one we made, it's too small to do this.
Yeah, to do cross. So we made the thing a little bit larger.
Because these one are huge. You can fit a lot of things in it. So we always take the other one to the grocery store, but now having it this way is going to be really nice. And look how pretty it is.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So last time I think I had stopped. I was putting on diesel thing, those like the tabs, and it has like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it has like a bunch of at least 6 layers, of fabric. So my machine didn't like it, but then after it was tuned up and I got walking foot to help with it, it was like.
You didn't have a walking foot, or it's needed a special one for.
No, I had a foot. Like it's called the normal thing is called a presser foot, and then I bought a walking foot, which grabs the fabric on the top also, because the presser foot just puts presses down on the fabric, and then there's things underneath that grabs the fabric and make it move like in the direction you're sewing. But the walking foot also has little thing on top, and it kind of does like kind of walks on your fabric, on the top fabric.
Walk the freaking duck.
No, and then it helps with that. So I finished it. I sewed the lining. I put, which I didn't put on the other one, here the little magnetic clasp. Like this.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
That was some sewing ASMR.
Yeah. And yeah, so and then the lining is inside. It's all pretty. I did an invisible hand sewn here. It's not the best one.
Is it that
Like,
part where you're just like, I don't understand why it works,
yes.
and then magically it's something?
Yeah. Because you put this with like the lining outside, right side facing the other one, and then you like pull everything through, and then oh, it's a
And then you
bag.
have a bag.
But then you have to close that little thing where
Oh.
you pull everything through, and manual like the instructions on the pattern say to just like make a visible seam, just clamp it, but then you can see it kind of, and I think
It's
looks a little bit,
inside.
and
But yeah, if you know how to do invisible seaming, do it.
I did a little invisible hand seam and stitch seam, and it kind of looks nice. It looks better than that. I still have to practice. And the last thing I did was another um hedge stitch all the way around on the outside after everything was done, because I found the little like edge here, like the top edge was a little flimsy, so I just did like another, and it was not in the instructions, but and the other bag, the fabric was a little bit more sturdy, and it didn't do that, but this one is just a little less sturdy. So I did that, and I think it holds its shape a little better. So there you go, my second jackdaw.
And this was a fabric that
Like,
we brought back from.
Give me some yarn so we can kind of like fill it a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna put like 5 skein and no, even 7,
but
and
like
it's
you
not.
can see,
You can put like a lot of things.
but no, you
Usually.
can see like it can hold like really. There's what, 6 skeins in here or 7,
Yeah, and it's like
8,
in there.
yeah. So it's very
I'll put
big.
on
It's very nice. There you go. So you have a new shopping bag.
Yep. This was fabric that we bought as a souvenir from
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh in Scotland. It's
This one was Edinburgh Fabrics or something.
yeah, like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah, it was downtown in the old town, and then the lining and hardware is from Bon Textiles in Glasgow.
And I love that I'm gonna be able to have that every time we go to a grocery store.
Yeah, it's a little souvenir. Yeah,
and a gift. It was my birthday
gift. Yeah, birthday gift.
Still waiting on my collar shirt.
I'm waiting for you to choose a fabric, because you want the fabric that's out of stock. So you either have to wait or
I'll check this weekend if it came back. But...
Yeah. Okay.
Next thing, it's actually cheating because I finished it a while ago, but now it's officially complete because it's now out. This is my
sorry.
This is my collaboration with Amy from Vie Enemy. This is the Funfetti shawl. It's a small shawl. So
oh yeah, that's true.
It's a small.
Small.
It features 2 lace weight yarn held together for the main color, and this is Helix and Felix. They are both her undyed version of them. One is gray, the other one is white. So this is why I get a really nice and subtle header effect. If you want to do a shawl as a different color and still use the same color as her, the same base, you will get the same kind of header effect, but in the color you pick. So I imagine something like a purple or a blue in a header effect would just be amazing. Like,
yeah, because it's two base, and one has Gotland, which is a grayish fiber, and then the other one has Corriedale, I think, with merino.
Corey, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I see this one as like the main color, something really like a deep blue, and for all the confetti, like her goldenrod, which is her Yellow.
Well, there's Emmy's yellow as well.
Emmy's yellow also. Goldenrod is the.
No, Goldenrod is Opus.
Oh, the street from Wizard
Yellow
of Oz.
Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
Wrong movie, wrong yarn. Yellow Brick Road with like anemone, which is her lilac. It would just be amazing. Anyway, yeah. One of the testers used just one of her bouclés for the whole confetti, and she picked one of her variegated yarn. I think it was from. It's from her.
No.
The anime movies that we loved.
No, it's not the Miyazaki.
Yeah, it's a Miyazaki collection. She used Ponyo the whole way through for all the little confetti. She made 2 versions actually. That's why. Okay. Her Instagram is Margany. She tested it a lot for Emmy and same for me. So this is a small shawl with pops of colors. What's this side?
Yep.
I mean, grays and
and colors. Yeah, that's our vibe.
Yeah. I've got a lot of leftovers from bouclé. You could actually use stash yarn from your stash to do these if you want to. Otherwise,
you only need like 25 yards
per colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't like if.
But it does have a little different in texture in it.
You could maybe Surrey leftovers or something like that, or 2 strands of mohair would kind of work, I think.
I might do a companion pattern with all that I have left because I really liked it. We'll see. But it's the Funfetti shawl.
It's out.
It is out and about.
It's on our shop and on Ravelry. And and there's for a few days there's going to be a promo code. So if when the release, so look at the either Instagram post or Ravelry. I think you put it on the Ravelry.
Yep, I have.
Yep.
And it's Garter Stitch with intarsia, and intarsia with Garter Stitch is honestly the way to go if it's your first project. It's easy to do, way easier than stockinette that I found. Stockinette stitch would be on.
I'm not sure about that, but it's about as easy. Like it's not easy.
Yeah, it's about as easy. Would be more. Yeah. But I've made sure that you don't have too many balls of yarn all the time. Yeah. I've actually placed the confetti as I was designing it instead of making it's so gorgeous, and then it's really hard to do because.
Yeah, you only need to split your yarn in 2 balls.
Yeah.
But then some little, just here.
You'll have a little bit more, but...
Yeah, but you have, you need, a 3rd bobbin, but then...
It's just before the creasing. So there's one little part for 3 rows where you're like, and then it's done. So it's not that difficult.
So... Magic? The book appeared.
Movie magic.
The
guys of the special effects just
brought the book. So that's the book we were talking about earlier. It's Traditions Revisited by Aleks Byrd. We have a little photo of her here.
It's published by Len Magazine.
Yeah, Len Publishing. It's a beautiful book. There's as with all their books, they have beautiful pictures and techniques. And let's see if I can find a Troy.
We got to attend the Aleks book launch early last summer.
You see here the Troy sweater. That's the sweater that's on the cover. It's beautiful.
It's epic. It's work madness, glory.
I think she was telling me that technique, that there's only one master knitter of it left. So yeah. Anyway, and last episode I said I was gonna start I called it the Kangas, but I heard her pronounce it Kangas, so sorry. Uh, it's called the Kangas Shawl. She had designed it with our yarn. She had used Twist DK because at the time that's the one we had, which was the merino version of the BFL Twist DK that we have now. And the Kanga Shawl is this beautiful shawl. This one has only 2 colors, so one main color and then little braids in a second color. But one of the testers, and
but this version is made up with
it's Louise Shade and Lyra's Hat.
Yep.
And or it might have been Harry's suit, but then we changed it to Louise Shade. It's our deep, it's the deep blue. We just changed the recipe and then changed the name. You need 4 skeins of one color and then not really a full skein of the contrasting color. But it has, I don't know if you don't see much, but little braids here and there. And it's was inspired by a bolt of fabric called Kangas, and they have like hand-woven little stripes like that, so that's where the inspiration came from. It's already like I'm not very knowledgeable, it's just written there in the description.
No, you are very knowledgeable.
And
in useless things in place.
So like I said, one of the testers did a color block version and Aleks herself also did one. So I decided to use our 4 new colorways that we showcased last episode and to make my own Kangas with the new colorways. So here it is. It's a little bit frumpy because it hasn't been blocked, but it's garter stitch all the way except for the little knitted braids. These ones are Kinu Vits and they're Estonian inspired, and then these ones are called Twisted Braid.
So these braid, if you take one of our workshop, are the one you learn plus
other type of braids as well. There's the Latvian braids and there's like a bunch of stuff. So, and you basically just do like, so that's Kinu and Twisted, and then those 2 are Kinus, and then Twisted Kinu. So basically I used Eli's childhood home and made the little braids with Lorian's Sage Advice, and this part is Sage Advice with Eli's childhood home. I needed to join a second, like just here, a second skein of Lorian, which I was kind of bummed about because I wanted it to be like a 4 skein thing, but I stole from your skein a little bit and then did that little part. And now I am just started with Nick's Current Obsession, and I still have to go.
It's such a gorgeous red on camera.
Yes.
In real life too, but on camera it's really something.
So there's that braid here, and then I have to go again like about that distance here of that section. I have to do it here, and it's still increasing, but then it's gonna decrease. And the last color is gonna be Kirby's.
It's gonna be really, really nice.
Yes. Well, last color that I'm adding, but then the last section will be Ellie's.
There's something so fun about garter stitch shawl because they're ultra squishy.
Yeah. I'm knitting, I think the pattern calls for 4mm needles. I'm again a tight knitter, so I'm on 4.5, and I'm just on gauge without blocking. So when it's going to be blocked, it's going to be like super flowy, very nice.
Yeah. Am I not gonna go?
Oh, there you go. Well,
no, you lose the color already. But
yeah.
Obsessed.
And it's living in my retreat bag, which, by the way, we've received part of our order. I know a lot of people are patiently waiting for us to release more. We're gonna wait until we have the full quantity um, to release them, and then we'll announce it. But
We
it's
literally
coming.
got them today.
Yes, we got them today. This one was our like um, not test version, but yeah,
The one we kept for ourselves.
The one we kept for ourselves
because they're too pretty.
Yes. And yeah, so it has like right now it has my leftover of Ellie's. It has this cane, it has this cane, and it had like
it
the
fits
full thing.
a lot, way more than you could expect.
Yeah.
You got a 4.
Well, yeah, it has like 4 skeins, 3 skeins, no, 4 skeins now.
Because that's the bag I had in my that I brought with me in New York. Because the stripe here just felt nice because we were walking a lot, and having this instead of carrying it in my hand.
So it has like 1.5 knitted skein and then 2.5 unknitted skeins in there.
And the book.
And the book. That's where it was. Magic.
And my only whip for the past 2 weeks has been living now in this one.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna get at Unravel? One of those ice dyed bags with the neon.
I'm still waiting on my special version.
Yeah.
Wink. So if you know me, you can expect that the project inside of it is what color? Blue.
Oh.
Because I love my project bag to fit with my project. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't love it. I sort of need it. Yeah, that's a design or something. Yes. So last time I talked about what I had plans, so I'll just sort of skim before. This is Shelter by Brooklyn Tweed. This is one of their new color, Cadet. They launched it last summer, and I've got to actually see it in real life at Brooklyn General Store. This is where I purchased my first skein to swatch with it, and I was literally obsessed with that. And I've decided to step completely outside of my comfort zone and do a whole sweater out of that color. Because if you love it so much, you must sort of look good in it. That's what I'm hoping for. Oh. Otherwise, otherwise you're gonna be able to steal it because we mostly wear the same size as for a knitted garment. So I decided to do with that color is my first Raglan Sweater by Jared Flood. Here's what I have so far. So I've knitted a lot. It was the only project. So I even separated for the sleeve, and I've got one sleeve down, which is a lot.
Because I was having so much fun with my Kangas, I haven't touched my single malt at all.
That's true.
You knitted like a lot. You knitted like what I did on my single malt.
Yeah. I cannot wait to block this because Brooklyn Tweed, Shelter, and Loft have 2 different texture. The one when they aren't blocked and the one where they are blocked. And when it's blocked, this one blooms and it becomes extremely soft. And I made my So Basic sweater in Loft, and I've worn it non-stop since. I love that so much. And this one, since it's not blocked yet, it catches everything. Like, I have like a lot of like Lola's hair on it. Like, it just stick to it. And once it's gonna be blocked, it's gonna be perfect. So it's gonna be a Frankenstein of a sweater. I'm used to designing my whole thing, so I just like go with something and then that's it. Because I've made the Gold Star sweater in tones, which is similar to Shelter.
Yeah, engaged.
So I knew exactly the fit that I love. Because once you've made a sweater out of a yarn, you know exactly how it fits, and do you need to have more ease or less? And I love it as it was, so I knew I wanted that amount of stitch for the body and for the sleeve. Cast it on, looked at that, but my sweater was for 18 stitch for 4-inch. Jared flood for this one is 20 stitch.
Yeah, so, the pattern was written for a gauge stitch. Of 20 stitches.
So if I would have to switch my needle size to get that. But since I made a whole sweater, I thought everyone's gonna do an 18 stitch gauge, which I just should have looked to it. Anyway, so I had to do some maths. And then you had to do some maths because it was a Saturday night, and I was just like, it's not working.
Doing?
So it's gonna be an 18 gauge for everything. So I've actually went a size up.
Size up, but then with the color of a size down.
Yeah, I've made.
And then increased. Yeah, there's a bunch of mods, but that's what.
Yeah, I think like the original cast on was like 120 for like.
It was 96, but okay.
Was it? No, yeah. Ours is 96, but
no, ours is 80 something. And
look, I had to, and I have other plans for this.
That's why his math didn't work.
Maybe. And there's a pattern that I bought for a while ago. It's the Rye Flower, so Rye Flower by Paul, who has the Urso Yanko. She made a sweater with embroidery here with big flowers, and I think I might add them to the back of the sleeve.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring patterns that I bought all together in one.
Yeah, but this one has like, we don't really see it, but like the big raglan.
Yeah, they're really huge, and this is what I really liked about that one. The huge raglan on the sides.
Oh, you can kind of see it, like.
And it's so weird. Someone in color chemistry explained to me, but this one captures no light at all. There's no white highlights into it. It's like if it's absorbing it.
Yeah, it doesn't reflect.
And that's why I think it's going to be so cool. Because this with like black jeans or...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be really fun. So I've separated for the sleeve. I'm almost...
halfway done.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'm all halfway done. Then I'm going to be able to work on the body. And I think I'm going to keep the body as mindless knitting when we do some social... If we do some social thingies.
Or when you're...
traveling or whatever.
Alone, not traveling with me.
No, I'm gonna... I'll show you later on, but I've decided to go forward with that other project. But yeah. I cannot recommend Brooklyn Tweed's yarn enough. It's... Once it's blocked, it has something really nice of the heat get through it. I don't know, it's just, I feel like I'm gonna be able to wear my So Basic even during springtime, and I would love to wear that one during like festivals and stuff. But yeah, so that's where I am. I did that in like 2 weeks. This was my project that I brought with me at Vogue Knitting Live, which I thought it was something really easy to do. I love bringing stockinette sweater when I'm on the go.
I love stockinette.
I know, same.
Well, stockinette in the round, or garter flat. Like
the moonbeam, the moon bump shawl is stockinette flat, but the shape is quite small, and I didn't mind the purling all the way.
Oh, I don't mind purling, but mindless
knitting is
mindless knit stitches.
Yeah,
very fun.
If you want like a Cirque du Soleil lace shawl, have one, but also have like a mindless knitting to have something to chat with. So that was it.
So you started that.
Yep. And while you're gonna be gone, why I didn't have any other whips is I spent the last 2 weeks mostly doodling and trying to swatch and just come up with an idea, and it's not always working on the first time around. But I've made a chart that I quite liked, and I've swatched.
Oh, you took the yarn there.
Yeah, it's already out of the inventory, just to make sure that I have enough. I got the discount.
Yeah,
the 5-finger discount.
5-finger.
Well,
co-founder discount.
Yeah, co-founder. I'll show the colors I'm gonna use, and that's gonna be the only teaser. It's gonna be a color work yoke sweater. These are the one that I love designing the most. It's gonna feature the yarn you've already used. That's the section you just finished.
Yeah.
So this is Lauriane Sage Advice. And through it, because this is going to be my main color, there's going to be some black and white big details.
It's a nice pattern. I saw it.
Thank you. This is Mora's black, and it's Betty's white. I tried to do something modern, but extremely graphic. You're gonna have to see it when... But it's that thing where I've made it, I loved it, and I was looking at it and being like...
Keep playing with it and stuff.
Yeah, and then you walk by and like, oh, I love that. Okay, good. It's...
And then just change that 2%.
You didn't do that on that one, so no, I get full credit until it's fully knitted.
No, I did tell you to do something, at that part, little squares.
You said be more handsome while you design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what you did.
So that's gonna be a nice one.
And it's living in my, because I love Sage Advice with green. This is
Pleistra.
Pleistra bag with my little on the other side, Farmer's Daughter enamel pen on it. Yeah. And it's full of yarn because the sweater quantity is all in it. And
that was it.
Yep.
That was our thing. Like I said, I haven't touched the single malt because I was having so much fun with the Kangas. And thank you for the encouragements. I know that a lot of people said that it was not a race, and I know it's not a race. It's just that I want it to be done and wear it because it's beautiful color, and it's his single malts that I wear fits me well. So
yeah,
I get it. I want my own. But yeah, so we'll see. It probably won't be done by the time, like it was supposed to be next episode. It probably won't be done. But I'll have worked on it.
I have no faith in that, honestly, because if the Kangas bring you joy, work on that one.
Kangas has to be done before Unravel. No, it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to.
But it would be nice because then I could pair it, walk with it, and then show it to everyone.
You can
for
walk
3
with
days.
It with needle in it. We all accept that at festival. Yeah. We've seen so many friends like having a jacket over their sweater and like, I don't have that. I don't need
I don't have sleeves.
Yes.
Or it's still wet because I blocked it in the hotel room.
So many people did that.
Yeah.
We don't have any shop update for this weekend because last week we have actually launched our new Mysterious Club installment, which is Mysterious C. Yeah. They are no longer available. Thank you if you got one. If you haven't, apologies, but there's going to be another club.
Yes,
in
later.
3 to 4 months.
It's our fourth one, and like each time we've increased the quantities of what we can make with the team we have and the time we have, and we're at our max now.
There's going to be a special project between two clubs.
Yes,
I'm just going to say that because I was doodling today for
that special project.
So I'll just say that
new special project. So thank you.
And we're excited to get started on that. Well, no, not get started, move on, because we pretty much have...
We found a colorways, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it was exciting, because it's the first time where it was like, bang, bang.
Yeah, we're going to receive the pins. Well, yeah. So, soon, we're going to show more.
The next few weeks are to be working on that, which we're super excited.
We have also worked on wholesale order. I think last episode we had done a live just before the episode was released, but we didn't talk about it in the episode. The Modern Skein is a shop in Texas, I think in the Dallas Fort Worth region. They I don't want to mess up Sharon. Sorry. Sharon, who I know is watching, so hi. Got a bunch of British DK. They've sold really well. I think there's some left in the shop, but they are new stockists, and they're a really nice shop, and they have like always a bunch of trunk shows and yarn, and go look at them. It's the Modern Skein. If you're in the Dallas, Texas region, you can see the yarn in person. And yeah,
we got to do a live with her to launch our yarn there, which was really fun because we absolutely love to meet yarn store owner, because they're the personality behind the whole thing, and so generous, so happy. All our store look amazing. We're looking forward to be able to go visit it. It's exciting that our yarn is in Texas now.
Yeah,
exciting.
And finally, well, it's not really a shop update, but we've put the 52 Weeks of Socks Volume 2 by Line Publishing, Len. Big debate.
Yeah, because
Line Publishing.
It's a French word for us.
For wool.
For wool.
But anyway, we've put that book. They're releasing a 52 Weeks of Socks Volume 2, 52 new patterns. I got to test one by Aleks Byrd. It's gonna be, I think, not previewed soon. I think the books is due for...
already showed a photo. You're gonna be able to show it next episode. I've seen it online.
I've
put it on our website in the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the photos were available. It's really gorgeous. Your colors and hers. It's...
Yeah. Okay. Well...
It's out.
It's out. Well, the photos is out. Next episode, probably I'm going to show my version. We're going to put also Aimé from La Vie Enemy's new book, Neons and Neutrals. It's also on pre-order. It has a bunch of patterns with neons and neutrals, and that also involve using multiple different bases. You can really use your stash. I think that's kind of was the inspiration behind the book, is like just bringing everything together. And so neutrals with pops of colors.
You can expect us to do kits.
Oh yes,
she made a fashion show to showcase all of the design at Vogue Knitting Live. And I've got to, like, when we arrived at the booth at Brooklyn General Store where they were, and our friend Greg was working there, I'm like, Greg, bring me this one right now. I need to try it. Lila from Trim Fiber with her team designed a cardigan where they use like seven strand of different colorful thing and just weave it in while you work. I thought it was afterward. No, it's while you do it.
Okay.
I tried it out. It's epic.
Kind of a piece of art.
Yeah, and I want to make that one big time.
And yeah, so we're gonna have those two books as pre-orders in the shop, and then we're gonna add like a bunch of books that we've passed on because we didn't have time. So look at the books and magazine section. It's gonna be full of new things. Yeah.
If there's a book that came out not so long ago that is your Bible, just let us know which one you actually love, because there's so many great things out there, and we always try to keep up with what's happening.
Keep up with everything, but sometimes we miss a little bit. But yeah,
and let us know what you've been through, what you have done for the last 2 weeks too. Like, have you been to Vogue Knitting Live? Have you feel like a little bit of FOMO of seeing all the photos and be like, I'll go to my yarn store then and meet with my friends? Or just like, what have you done for the past 2 weeks? Let us know. We'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, we'd love to hear that. But until then, see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
When I'm back from...
Saint-Jérôme.
No, London.
London.
Cheers.